I'm back with another triggering topic. Now, here's another episode of Bitter Baby Daddies, episode 2, featuring 50 Cent. Now, I, for one, find it absolutely diabolical that on Father's Day, instead of celebrating your fatherhood, posting pictures with your sons or posting a picture of you spending time with your sons, you are harassing the mothers of your children. Now, before I get into it, let me give y'all a quick disclaimer. This video is filled with my thoughts and my thoughts alone. Everything is all alleged, nothing is factual. I do not know any of these people personally. This is a commentary channel, and oftentimes I use clips and articles as part of my critical review. Now that we got all of that out of the way, let me say I was messy scrolling on Instagram, and I see blogs posting about 50 Cent sending a Father's Day message to his baby mama, Daphne Joy, saying, "Oh, it's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, little B word. I'll have full custody soon, little B word. You'll be back on OnlyFans in no time, little B word. But how is your day going, little B word?" Now, in my opinion, any judge that would give this emotionally unstable, volatile monster man full custody needs to be removed from his position. Now, 50 Cent's son by Daphne Joy is 12 years old, a preteen, and definitely old enough to probably have a phone or at the very least a tablet and have access to hearing what his father is saying about his mother. Why would you talk about your son's mother in that manner? Also, why would you expose his mother's involvement with Diddy? Regardless on how you felt about it, why would you harm his mother? You don't think that that's going to cause some type of rift between the two of y'all? It doesn't make any sense. Why would you call your son's mother, why would you call her out of her name knowing that your son can see it? And, I'll just say this. The reason why he does these things is because he truly doesn't care about his sons. He doesn't. He doesn't care about either of them. And it's so many black men I remember saying like, "Oh, he's going to treat, Daphne better because she's foreign, because she's submissive. She knows what to do. That's why us black men, when we get money, we go outside and date these foreign women because they're going to treat us better. The outcome is going to be better. The sons are going to be better." But yeah, no. It didn't work out like that. Now, did it? And my thing is that, when you think about why 50 Cent crashes out like this, it's like, he feels like he deserves to be worshipped. And I really think that's where he's coming from. That he wants the mothers of his children to walk on eggshells with him, worship him. And if they do that, maybe, just maybe, he'll come around every now and again. Maybe, just maybe, he won't disrespect them publicly. But in my opinion, his sons are merely pawns to keep the mothers of his children in line. Daphne Joy had already posted that he very rarely sees their son. And isn't that the exact same thing that his first baby mama, Shaniqua, said? But everybody called her a bitter baby mama, a bitter black woman that was so super jealous of this foreign woman. Isn't that what people said about her? And my thing is that if you see how 50 Cent constantly turns on people that he was previously cool with, you would already see the pattern. You would know that this isn't a good man. This isn't a loyal man. This isn't an emotionally stable man. He's not, which is why he can't keep long-term relationships on any level. And what's crazy to me is no matter how many times 50 Cent gets his busted, bloated behind on social media and disrespects the mothers of his children and his children, or even other random people, the black community continues to support him and talk about how he's funny, how they like power. And my thing is, what's funny? Being a man that has admittedly been involved in criminal behavior and made all of this toxic music glorifying gangster life, you know what I'm saying? Lyrical poison, to get online. What part of the game is it cool for you to do all of that and then get online and dry snitch and accuse your oldest son and your baby mother of scamming? It's crazy to me. Like, why would you do that? It's crazy. Regardless of whatever you feel, however you feel, those are parts of your family, whether you want to acknowledge it or not. So why would you do that? And you know what I'm saying? It's crazy to me, the grace that is given to 50 Cent for choosing wrong. You know how they tell black women, choose better, choose better. Oh, the reason why all of these things happen with your baby daddies, your boyfriend, your husband, is because you chose wrong. You need to choose better. Why isn't the same energy directed to 50 Cent? You know, he has all the grace in the world for choosing wrong both times, 2 times. One black woman and one non-black woman who I could have sworn y'all brothers say that everything is perfect, peachy keen, whatever, if the woman isn't black. That y'all are being worshipped like kings and everything is smooth and everything goes great. Huh? Is that why 50 Cent's baby mama was out here getting long stroked by Diddy and 50 million other men? Huh? Like, that's my thing, is that I really think that 50 Cent also is mad because he got with this woman due to his internalized self-hatred and felt like he would be enough for her. He felt like she would be there forever because black men really swallow the Kool-Aid. Like, they really do. That they believe that they truly are superior. They truly believe that these women worship them and all they have to do is get with a non-black woman and she just gonna let him just tiptoe or A-Town stomp on her feelings and treat her bad. And these women are like, yeah, no. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're a woman like Daphne Joy that's in these certain type of circles, any black man that's got money is willing to throw it all away for a quote unquote foreign woman. That's just what it is. And I think that 50 Cent definitely has, you know, a lot of internalized self-hatred for sure. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let me just get back on track. I really think that it's really disgusting the grace that 50 Cent is given. Like, truthfully, you know? And it's crazy to me because I could have sworn that when black women have problems with the parents of their children, that it's because they chose wrong. And it's all of their fault. And since it's all of their fault, they're not supposed to speak out about anything. Isn't that how it goes? At least when it applies to women. So why is 50 Cent not told to be silent? Why isn't 50 Cent told to take accountability for his choices and partners? But you know, 50 Cent is the perfect example of coddling and black male worship, you know, that happens in the black community. It's like, can you imagine, just think in your mind's eye right now, a black female celebrity that would exhibit the type of behavior that 50 Cent displays often. You know, that was on record with having 2 children by 2 different men and was online bashing those men and also exposed for not barely spending time with them. You know, can you imagine the headlines? She would be public enemy number 1. You know, and it's like, look, and you can see it right now within your eyes. Look at Halle Bailey, right? Look at how she's treated. But for supposedly choosing wrong. There's no grace given to her. None. You know, but you want to give grace to somebody like 50 Cent? A man that knowingly got into a relationship with a Filipino woman that had already allegedly had no problems with being paid to play? You know what I'm saying? Like, huh? So, and then my thing is that not only do you wife her up and pop out with her, but you also impregnated her. I can guarantee you a black woman with the same reputation, you would have never put another level of value on her outside of that. She would have just been quote unquote damaged goods. And not to say that she's damaged goods or anything like that. I'm just talking about the perception of what would have been surrounding her and what people would have thought and why 50 Cent would have never done that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, people think that Sierra, if we're talking about labels, which I don't like labels, but let's talk about Sierra, a quote unquote high value woman, attractive pop star with money of her own, how people didn't even feel like Russell Wilson should have been with her, even though she only had a child. And she was, a top tier woman. You get what I'm saying? There was no grace for her. So, but a black man or the black community would give grace to any type of woman, in my opinion, as long as she ain't black. It don't matter what she's done. What skeletons is buried in her closet. But that's just my opinion. And, I guess it's kind of like a self-hating black man will always pursue the cast-offs of other races of men due to their self-hatred, and also due to the fact that they automatically put a higher value on anything that isn't black. Anything that doesn't look like them automatically has a higher value. And that's really disgusting. You know what I'm saying? And, I still can't believe that 50 Cent has the support of the black community when he said, right along with Lil Wayne, that black women essentially are not exotic or pretty. They're not pretty like that. And they can't be mad that black men want to pursue or want to be with beautiful, quote unquote, foreign women, aka non-black women. And it's crazy because they say these things all the while. Look at how they look. Look at Lil Wayne. Huh? You think he should be talking about anybody? Look at 50 Cent. Like, do you think that he should be talking about anybody? Talk about some foreign. What do y'all Negroes look like? Do y'all think that y'all look, quote unquote, foreign? And this is another topic. But this is exactly what I mean when I say that I don't know what happened to black men to get them to be so buck broken and so affected by white supremacy. Because, the majority of black women love the way unambiguous black men look. You know what I'm saying? They love black features for the most part. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy to me to see the difference in the way black women process their blackness and the way black men process their black men. Or excuse me, the way black women, there's a difference in the way black women process their blackness versus the way black men process their blackness. And a lot of times, when you look at the collective of black men, it's full of self-hatred, and also them hating black women because black women are the reflection of them. And it's difficult to sit there and hate yourself every day. So you would rather take out the hatred that you feel for yourself onto the women in your community, And I feel like a lot of times, and I'm not saying that I haven't run across colorist, light-skinned black men, because of course we already know Chris Brown is a perfect example of that. But I often see some of the most hate-filled men that are against dark skin are dark skinned themselves, which is really, really insane. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. And then a lot of the black men that will talk about foreign, they don't like black features, this, black features, that. They normally have the most, like I said, unambiguously black features. It's very strange. And it's really insane. Like, I don't understand it. But let me get back, okay? 50 Cent is a bitter baby daddy. He's a bitter, miserable man that uses his money, power, and influence to torment and torture people, in my opinion. And instead of being called out on that, the black community continues to encourage and excuse his behavior. And this is the reason why the men in our community cannot take accountability or even acknowledge their harmful actions without bringing up black women, because they're always given a pass. No matter what they do, no matter how they behave, no matter what trouble they cause, no matter how many times they hurt women, hurt black women, destroy themselves, destroy the community, they're always given grace. And that allows them to live in a state of delusion. Really, it does. And it allows them to live in a place to where not only can they not take accountability for their actions, they can't even see the harm that their actions is causing. But it is what it is. I'll just say that 50 Cent is a menace. A menace. And every time that I see, you know, black men that are able to be so toxic and be so stereotypical, but move within the black community as if they have done nothing wrong, it makes me so upset. Because then y'all turn around and y'all have so much smoke for any black women that you feel have done something that you don't think is cool. But you never direct that same energy to black men. But y'all got smoke for Meg, for Hallie, for Sierra. But none is crickets when it comes to black men. It's wild to me. It's wild to me. And it's just like, I've seen everybody glorifying Snoop Dogg for his marriage. They're like, oh yeah, they've been married so long, over 20 years, this, that, and the third. Oh, so this man had a baby on his lady. This man had cheated on his lady a million different times, and y'all are glorifying that and encouraging black women to stay in that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, but y'all would never do that if it was in reverse. It's just, I don't know. It's just all of it. It's even like with Nelly and Ashanti, like the weird way I feel like he behaves and stuff, and the fact that he did all of the Trump stuff, and y'all said y'all was gonna cancel this man, but y'all haven't. But y'all cancel Chrisette Michelle. I don't know. It just, all of it just makes me sick. You know what I'm saying? But that's I guess it's a whole nother topic in itself. And I forgot to mention that 50 Cent's first baby mama, Shaniqua, also said that in this new interview that she said that 50 Cent previously or allegedly beat up Daphne Joy, the second baby mama, and she was asked to testify in the domestic violence case, and she declined. And I'm going to show y'all a clip of that. Hold on.
The Diddy trial is going on, and we all know my son's father is not happy with it. Like, he's not happy. But what Daphne is doing is indicative to her character. It was so it's been rumored and known for years that she has been a pole girl from Vegas. Like, that's known. That's known. And he knew that when he beat her up in California, which he seems like that's just so buried how he beat her up. It was a domestic violence case in California. They tried to contact me. Hey, y'all tried to contact me to testify in that case. They contacted my child support attorneys for me to question me and to testify in Daphne Joy's domestic violence case, which I declined. Which I declined.
What made you decline?
As I'm a mother first and I'm a woman, but during the duration of the relationship with her and 50, she gave me so much shade, and she was trolling me along with him. Like, she thought she was superior. She thought her and her child were going to be superior to Marquise and I. So I said, I'll
Now,
sit this one
watching
out.
that interview and just thinking, I find it crazy that people are still giving Shaniqua smoke and calling her a bitter baby mama and things like that, when it's clear there is an issue with 50 Cent. Now, 50 Cent is out here putting his hands on women, allegedly, but y'all can see that she ain't lying. Even if you look at this article in 2013, 50 Cent received 3 years of probation and 30 days of community service, pleading no contest to vandalism. And you can tell this was a plea because the DV charge and the other charges were dropped. And the charges stem from an incident in June 2013 where allegedly 50 Cent kicked his ex-girlfriend Daphne and destroyed property at her home. And my thing is how dare Daphne or the world? Why would y'all think that Shaniqua is supposed to testify on a woman's behalf who shaded her and shaded her son? Or who thought that she was better because she wasn't black? Because that's what 50 Cent's self-hating behind was telling her. You're better than that black woman. You're better. You're prettier, you're this, you're that. You're better on so many levels. And unfortunately, Daphne drank the Kool-Aid, and she believed that until she saw that he was just gassing her up on empty. And really, when I was looking at this particular video, the comments underneath the video were really blowing me because it was like, I couldn't believe so many black women feeling like this black woman who had been shaded, disrespected, trolled by this woman, that she was supposed to go out of her way to help a woman that if the situation was reversed, she would never help her. She wouldn't. So it's like, no, exactly. Like Shaniqua said, I'm going to sit this one out. At least that's how I feel. I feel like she did right in declining. And, something else is that, like I was saying earlier, it's just the fact that 50 Cent is still able to have a career and be uplifted by black men and loved by black women in all of his TV shows. And, and it's crazy because how can he get that much support from the black community when he has all of these charges and allegations of alleged DV and possibly even burning up the home of his first baby mama, Shaniqua? Like, which is, crazy. But, I guess I need to stop it because it's not surprising that the black community is doing this. Degenerate black men are always uplifted in the black community, but it's still upsetting to see it all the time because it's like, how many times do we have to see this before y'all realize that this is the way to go? And then also to turn around and attack the black women that are victims or the black women that choose to speak out, everyone, it's like the black community jumps on them and degrades them and throws them away when they speak out about what they've experienced at the hands of these men. They get called bitter, mean, hateful. Oh, you can't trust black women because this, that, and the third. It's just crazy. Even though the same behavior that black women are complaining about, if you give these men enough time, they exhibit the same behavior with their preferences too. But it's just got to stop. It's really got to stop. But I digress, y'all. I don't want to rant too much, so I digress. If you watched this whole video and you enjoyed it, then please do me a favor and drop a 0 down below because that's exactly what 50 Cent is. 0, 0, 0. He's a 0, okay? He ain't even 50 cents worth, okay? Now, if you can't donate to my Cash App above to help support the channel, that's no problem at all. I know times are hard out here. We all just trying to make it. So do your girl a free favor. It won't cost you nothing. Free 99. Please head on over there to TikTok and follow me there. I do live stream there exclusively. I promise you'll enjoy it. We have a great time over there having discussions. I know you'll like it. And also follow me on YouTube. Hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my new uploads. And subscribe. And as always, ladies, I really love to hear from y'all. So please drop your thoughts, comments, and feelings down below.